my brothers and sisters and comrades. This is special session, a revolutionary session. Today we gather on Kowa Podcast not for our usual topic, roundup, but for one urgent cause, one burning truth, uncompromising message. They have arrested Omoyele Sowore again. But let's be clear. This is not just about Sowore, the man. This is about what he represents. It is about the audacity of truth in the face of tyranny. It is about the refusal to bow before a regime that treats a nation of citizens but as a personal piedom to loot, to exploit, and to silence. Certain African leaders have perfected the art of operation. When they fail to feed the people, they feed the police with orders to crush dissent. When they cannot solve poverty, they criminalize protest. When they run out of argument, they reach for handcuffs. Arresting a political opponent is not the act of competent leader. Is the act of desperate replicas of a regime in decay. Sowore has long passed the point where intimidation can silence him. For decades, he has exposed corruption, challenged the comfortable lives of the elite, and demanded reform in the land. In a land drowning in stolen wealth, he has stood where others played, spoken where others whispered, and marched where others growled. His crime, calling a thief, and let's remind Tinubu and his cabal that it's not a criminal offense unless, of course, you are a thief. The so-called President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu presides over what can only be described as the Eba Republic, a hollow state run like a private family business where public policy is decided on a laptop and a national resources are auctioned up to cronies. In such a republic, truth is the greatest threat, and Sowore is truth in human form. Comrades, let us not mince words. This arrest is an act of fascism in uniform, unconscionable and unsustainable. The Nigeria police force, instead of protecting citizens, now act as complainant, prosecutor, and judge. This is unconstitutional. This is a direct violation of the Police Act. This is the death of justice wrapped in a uniform and wearing a badge. The continued detention of Sowore without charge is not just an abuse of power, it is a declaration of war against civil liberties. It tells every journalist, every activist, every citizen, if you speak against us, we will crush you. And we say to them, if you try to crush us, we will rise even stronger. But the police are not alone in their complicity. Look at the media landscape. Channels TV and the Rise News TV barely whispered about it, giving it a shallowest coverage. Let us be clear, in the times of operation, silence is not neutrality. Silence is complicity. When you downplay reparation, you give it room to grow. Respect, however, to the News Central TV, one of the few to show the courage to cover this story properly. That is what real journalism looks like. We say to every newsroom, when a journalist is attacked for exposing corruption and speaking truth to power, you must stand on the front lines, not hide in the shadows. If you hide, history will remember you not as defenders of truth, but as enablers of reparation. This is not just about one arrest. This is about the soul of our democracy. If we allow this to stand tomorrow, it will be someone else, another journalist, another activist, another citizen, and the line between freedom and dictatorship will vanish completely. So we stand here today united and uncompromising to declare we demand the immediate and unconditional release of Omoyele Sowore, not tomorrow, not after some sham investigation now, and to Tinubu, to Police Chief, illegal Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun, who overstayed his tenure, and to Aking Pakorede, and also to a police PPRO, Muyiwa Adejobi. To every enabler of reparation, know this: your peer of truth will not save you. Your intimidation will not silence us. Your arrest would only fuel the fire. So arrest boys cannot be jailed because his cause lives in millions of us. We are Sowore, we are the resistance, and until he walks free, our cry will shake the foundation of your crumbling regime. Free Sowore now, not later. And sack this Inspector General of Police, who is illegal and overstaying his term in office. Egbetokun must go. And here we see, a luta continua, Victoria Acerta, Solidarity Forever. Kowa Podcast is the voice of the many, not just the few, the voice of the people, the conscience of the revolution. And here we are, standing for the revolution. And you cannot just silence us. And in this journey, we are not alone. I mean, everybody in this country is talking about this arrest. Sowore is not a small fish that you can be able to trap in the bottle. We are going to go to the session and the gamut of reaction that is coming out from all over the country to let you know that the civil society organizations that stand their ground, that speak for the people, are now talking about this arrest. Let's begin from the Labour Party presidential candidate. The recent arrest and alleged assault of human rights activist Omoyele Sowore has lit spark across Nigeria's political and civic landscape, from seasoned opposition figures to rights coalitions. The response has been unequivocal. This is not just an attack on one man, but an affront to democracy, dignity itself. Peter Obi, Labour Party presidential candidate. The Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate was among the first to condemn the arrest. In a solemn message on X, formerly Twitter, he described it as both miscarriage of justice and an abuse of state power. He highlighted how Sowore arrived voluntarily yet was detained without transparent charges, warning that such actions erode public trust in law enforcement and legal institution. Quote, Peter Obi. Atiku Abubakar, PDP presidential candidate. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar didn't mince word. He labeled the treatment of Sowore a shameful abuse of power, quote, and personal vendetta, not policing. Quoting Nigerian Police Regulation 367, he went a step further, asserting that no police officer, let alone the illegal Inspector General of Police, should act as both complainant and imposer. To Atiku, this isn't just Sowore's fight, it is every Nigerian's fight, unquote. Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC. The NLC, frontlined by President Joe Ajaro, condemned the arrest as part of an alarming slide toward authoritarianism. They called a Sowore moral compass, declaring that if the state can arbitrarily detain one activist, none of us is safe. They stood firm. Silencing Sowore risked ushering in a police state, and they will not stay silent, unquote. SERAP, Socio-Economics Right and Accountability Project. This is leading rights organization, demanded Sowore's immediate release. This leading rights organization demanded that Sowore's immediate and unconditional release, calling his detention a blatant violation of both Nigerian constitution and international human rights obligation. They urge authorities to drop all bogus charges and respect the peaceful exercise of free expression and protest. Your Rights Campaign, YRC. YRC describes Sowore's arrest a direct attack on democratic rights, accusing the IGP of orchestrating retaliatory vendetta against a prominent advocate for police reform and better welfare for retirees. They demanded his release and an end to intimidation of dissenting voices. I'm quote, according to YRC. This time, we are ascending to the dangerous condition in the Nigerian state history. This web of condemnation is significant, not an incidental. It reflects a rare moment of unity across political and civil society lines. The responses underscore the shared understanding the state has crossed a line. Leaders like Peter Obi and Atiku are grounding their statement in democratic principle, highlighting that due process should apply equally to all labor right groups and human rights defenders. Arising the alarm arbitrary detentions, especially when accompanied by brutality, are markers of creeping authoritarianism. Most importantly, the synergy between political actors and grassroots movements signals a necessary reminder that defending justice cannot be left to civil society alone. It requires active political solidarity. We must pause, reflect, and ask, what does it mean when the security architecture can arrest, blindside, and potentially maim critics without consequence? How do these actions shape the psyche of activists, journalists, and citizens who witness them? And can collective political resistance still be a beacon against state impunity? In Wisdom 360 Politics Unplugged, we believe the answer is yes. Resistance persists, especially when words emerge by strategic ground action, and we stand still on this ground. As once Comrade Dele Parotimi quote, Sowore is not just a political prisoner, he's a fellow victim of Nigerian state violence, and his freedom is our collective pride, quote, according to Dele Parotimi. And he's absolutely right. And let me add this before closing down this special session. There are three people who history will hold accountable, from illegal IGP Kayode Egbotokun to DCP Akin Pakorede and Muyiwa Adejobi. You will face the wrath of the people and the judgment of history, and for what you did to Omoyele Sowore, the price will be heavy. And to those who are silent, you should know that to silent, your time is coming. Sowore today, you tomorrow. The silence is betrayal. The hottest place in the hell is for those who stay neutral in moral conflict, according to MLK. Speak now or be damned. We speak in order not to be damned by history. These guys are going to face the full wrath of law and anger of ordinary citizens in the street. What you have done to Omoyele Sowore is not him alone. You've done it to all Nigerians, and you will face the reckoning. And this ruling class is proving to us that they are not just coming for him alone, they are coming for us all, because he's speaking for all of us. And so we demand his immediate release, and indeed we are going to challenge his assault in the courts of law. Wisdom 360 Politics Unplugged Kowa Podcast special session on the arrest of our dear comrade Omoyele Sowore. See you next time. See you in another episode. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Don't forget to do this for us, for you, and for yourself. This is our country, and he's one of the guys who are tirelessly and unflinchingly working to make it better. So the only thing we are going to do is to stand firmly behind him and see him got freed. They must free him because it's not on their own terms. They are not fighting him. They are not dealing with him alone. They are dealing with Nigerians. So here from Kowa Podcast, Wisdom 360 Politics Unplugged, See you, and Comrade Sowore is free. See you next time.
Yo, it's Kowa Podcast. We talk for the block, for the youth in the gutter and the ones they forgot. We ain't begging for crumbs, we taking the block. The Gagasasu Wasala, we aiming for the sky. From the north to the south, east to the west, we speak truth raw, no bulletproof vest. This so cocky live, yeah, we going all in. Knowledge is a weapon, revolution's the win. You can catch us on Spotify, keep it steady. Kowa Podcast, Facebook page, YouTube, twist on 3 September's ready. No lies, no filters, just fire and facts. Kowa for the people, we taking it back. Kowa Podcast. Until next time.
Yes, until next time. See you next time. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Twist on 360 Politics Unplugged, Facebook, Spotify, Speaker Up, YouTube, Twist on 360 Kowa Podcast. See you next time. And a luta continua victoria acerta. Solidarity por Eba. Kowa Podcast. Voice of the many, not just the few. Sowore must be free, and we are all Omoyele Sowore. See you next time. Like, share, subscribe.